My name's Jane, and I live near Taunton in Somerset. I'm a Christian, and I'm an out and proud parent of my daughter Daisy, who is gay. She's brilliant. She always knows the answer to everything. She's just Daisy. She's bright and lovely and very caring. When she was little, she was always into everything. She was so adventurous. She was out there. She joined, she wouldn't go to guide. She had to go to scouts. And when she was 11, off she went with all these other much bigger scouts to Holland on a trip abroad. And I envisaged Daisy being, sort of getting to 18 and being off down the Amazon. When I was 18, I decided I was atheist, and then didn't really have any religion at all until after my children were born. When I had my daughter, I was very ill with postnatal depression, and when I eventually realised that you could take babies to parent and toddler groups, started taking her to baby and toddler groups, or parent and toddler groups, and most of those at that time were run by churches. And so inevitably came in contact with a lot of people who were Christian. Mainly the people who ran those groups were Christian, and quite a lot of the other mums would be Christian because they'd come through their church to the groups. And I slowly sort of, I don't say got sucked in, but sort of started to attend their sort of groups like Alpha, which introduce you to Christianity, and eventually I was baptized, and my children were both dedicated. I think that was the word. Yeah, they had a dedication service at the same time as my baptism service. Throughout their childhood, really, we continued to go to church. Went to 2-3 different churches. She was with a boyfriend and then started a new job. When she started the new job, she met somebody in the new workplace who I realised was gay, and Daisy obviously knew she was gay because she worked with her, kind of thing, and didn't really sort of think anything more than that, thought they were friends. And then she broke up with the boyfriend. She stopped seeing him, and fairly shortly after that, I was upstairs, she came into the bedroom and she said to me, "Oh, I'm going to see Kerry." And I said, "Oh, well, you want to be a little bit careful because she's gay, don't go sort of bleeding her on or whatever." And then she said, "Well, actually, I know she's gay, I'm gay," and she ran down the staircase. And I sort of called her and I said, "Well, what's that about? That's fine if you are." But she said, "Well, I didn't know that you would be okay about it. I thought that perhaps all the things that you've always said to me and said it to other people, if it actually was me, you wouldn't mean it and you'd be upset and disappointed." And so that's how it all came out. Sad that she had thought that I would think any different of her. I'd always made it clear to her that whatever anybody at church felt, it's just not an issue, really. I mean, we've got friends and relatives who were gay, and if that's what you are, aren't you? So it wasn't going to alter my relationship with her, and just altered our relationship with the church, really. I feel proud of what Daisy is, and I'm pleased that she's still with the same woman, and they are really kind of remarkably happy, almost to the exclusion of other people, really. They're sort of, yeah. So certainly for Daisy, that's been you know, I can't understand why it would be a problem for other people. You know, if you found, I mean, as Daisy has said, you know, if you found somebody you love, it doesn't really matter what they are, you know, whether they're male or female, and just, yeah. But they've got each other, so that's what matters, really. Initially, some people were fine, some people weren't. I mean, we've sort of got 3 separate places in Birmingham that we have friends from, and most have been fine. The church that we were at when Daisy actually came out, they are a very evangelical church. It's an old ex-Brethren chapel, and the leadership there, not great. I mean, they were sort of that sort of supportive of Daisy, you know, we love the person but we hate the sin sort of thing, and it was very much sort of looked at like that, you know, that Daisy, if she wanted to be part of that, had to be, well, couldn't be gay. I mean, Daisy apparently had sort of said, well, she was with Kerry and if she was celibate, would that be acceptable? And apparently was told that no, it wouldn't have been. At the last church I attended, one of the elders was a neurosurgeon and was very, very good at trying to persuade people that, you know, homosexuality is a sin and that it isn't, you know, it is a choice and all of these things. And I suppose a lot of people are going to think, well, you know, he's important within the church. He's obviously an intelligent man to be doing what he's doing. And, you know, he's now telling me that this is, you know, wrong and it's something that we can change, you know, and that if we can't change, we can at least accept in a different way, or, you know, but to stop people being who they are, it's just so wrong, isn't it? I mean, it's just difficult. I mean, Daisy's take on it is that if they can't love her for who she is, I mean, on a personal level, it's my child they're rejecting, isn't it? You know, and she's still my child. She's no different today as she was yesterday, you know. And so what is all of this about? I think it's important for parents like me to be visible so that people realise that, well, both parents and their children realise that you can be Christian and you can be gay, and that even if your parents don't accept you, that somebody else may. When it was Birmingham Pride 2 years ago, our church had a presence for the Christians at Pride. So we were outside our church and we were giving away sweets, little, you know, packets of love hearts. And, you know, that was a really, really good day. Being an out and proud parent has, I suppose it's made people think themselves, think how they feel or perhaps would respond. I try to I have been involved with the Out and Proud Parent initiative for the last couple of years, and on Instagram and Facebook I try to share appropriate messages, and an occasion, you know, where it's, say, like a picture of Daisy, I obviously get permission from her to do so, but, you know, we share things together. Hopefully that other parents will sort of see that they can remain within their faith and accept their children. I mean, this is sad. I would say I find it difficult that parents wouldn't, but also I suppose I can understand how parents can be very, very, I mean, churches can be very close communities, and I suppose if you feel very much part of that community, then you don't want not to be part of that. To me, you know, if a church is telling you that, then perhaps you're in the wrong church, I think. I think my relationship with Daisy, in many respects, is just how it was before. I mean, she's my daughter. I'm her mum, and she's always been lovely and brilliant and infuriating, and I'm sure I'm the same to her, or at least infuriating bit. But I admire her for being who she is and what she wants to be. What makes me proud about Daisy is that she just is who she is. And she really, sometimes it can get us into terrible trouble, but she just is herself. My advice to parents who are struggling to accept their child is that your child is struggling even more to actually tell you and let you know how they're feeling and who they are. And if they can't get that acceptance from their parent, really, who are they going to get it from? So children need their parents, whatever, don't they? My message to an LGBT person who is struggling to feel accepted is to try and find somewhere, if they've still got the faith themselves, is to try and find a church that is inclusive, that is accepting, and that they will find fellowship there with people who have had the same experiences. And often that is a way of perhaps learning how to communicate back with parents and showing parents that it's, it is part of Christianity. It's no reason that anybody should have to leave their faith, that you can be Christian and you can be gay, and that hopefully families will be able to see that too. My message to Daisy is that I am even more proud of you probably now than I was 7 years ago when you first told me, that you are brave and wonderful and happy. You've got a wonderful partner, and yeah, you're just perfectly imperfect.